I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Why did Jesus' siblings not respect him as Savior and Lord when they all grew up under Mary and Joseph Jewish parenting, i.e. John chapter 7 verses 1 through 10? This is a really insightful question because remember the story of Jesus at 12 years of age. He goes down at the Passover to the temple, and there he's confounding the scribes and the doctors of the law and asking questions and giving answers. But remember where the family was. The family was somewhere else. They were making their way somewhere else, and they had to come back and get him. We do know that Mary understood. We do know that she believed, i.e. Luke chapter 1, where she gives what we call the Magnificat. We know that Joseph grasped it. He was visited by an angel, and he did everything God asked him to, including going to Egypt and back. So we know that Mary and Joseph grasped and understood. But we also know that Jesus' siblings did not embrace the faith. The biblical evidence we have is post his resurrection, i.e. in the book of Jude verse 1. But all that being said, I think I'm going to answer this from a very practical perspective because I don't know if we necessarily have biblical explanations for the why. We know they didn't, but why didn't they? I know in my own home, there have been times where we've asked the children, their siblings, there's three of them. What do you want? Do you want A or do you want B? And sometimes one of the brothers will say, well, what did he choose? If he chose A, I want B. A lot of times just that own sibling rivalry. And remember, Jesus' siblings, they were of Joseph and Mary. They had a depraved, sinful nature. They were not God in the flesh. And so whether it be pride, envy, jealousy, whatever it may be, those are just sinful conditions that well up within us. Can you imagine how difficult it would be to have a sibling who never sinned, who was never in error, and even was right when their own parents were wrong? It would have been a very interesting home to grow up in. But what we do know is after Jesus' resurrection, there is biblical evidence that at least a few of his, quote, siblings came to believe on him as Savior, but not while they were in the home. Again, it's not because Mary and Joseph were bad, quote, parents. It's because those individual siblings have a depraved, sinful heart. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.